Pensad, ¿eh? Yo os digo decidme, pero no me podéis decir pensad. Think about this next question. Do you know what the most popular tattoo in the US is? I'm waiting. Think about it. I'll give you a clue. It's a company's logo. Okay? A brand. What do you think? Have you got it? It's not Apple, although that might be popular too. If I do, is it a better clue? It's actually Harley Davidson. Now that's what I call a brand loyalty. But most companies can only ever dream of customer worship like this. I don't expect there are too many Samsung tattoos around, despite being a great company. Well, our next speaker believes that a customer-centric strategy can be driven by increasing loyalty through the use of AI. Sounds intriguing, right? So let's hear everything from her. Let's welcome Blandine Multrier, Managing Director of RelevanC. Blandine, bienvenue.
Bienvenue. Thank you so much, and thank you for the introduction. I love the introduction.
Looking forward to listening to you, Blandine. When you're ready and we can see your screen. Are you ready to share your screen?
Yeah, I'm ready to share. Let me know when you can see it.
Okay, we'll let you know. Not yet, but soon. I think it's okay now. That's perfect.
Okay, great.
Vas-y, ça va parfait.
Thank you so much. So I'm Blandine, and sorry, I will present in English. Marta, our Spanish expert, is actually going to start in 1 week. So sorry for my English. So I'm Blandine, and I'm really passionate about data, and especially how we can leverage the power of data for personalization. And this power of like the personalization in two areas, like education and grocery retail. For education, actually, I'm very impressed by the exercise or the software my daughter is using in maths. I have a 12-year-old daughter, and she's actually using software that basically change the problems and change the question based on how she responds, and then she can basically be trained this way. But we're not going to talk about school today. We're going to talk about grocery, because actually grocery is one area where there's a ton of data. Because of the frequency of purchase, we often go to the grocery store, and because of the number of products we can buy in the grocery stores. And it's an area which is in total transformation. The retailers are really starting to use the data to improve the customer experience. And I'm going to show you, like to take you through one example, how the data was used to improve the customer loyalty. So I'll start with a quick story. It's a real story. It's actually the story of this store director, which is called Alexandre. And his management asked him to give his phone number and to be able to be in meetings 2 hours per day to meet the customers. So basically now he has like 2 hours per day where he has to be in the store and meet the customers. And why did they do this? They did this because they want to have experience which is really personalized and where the clients are like really happy. So on one side, you have this store director who is spending 2 hours per day in the stores to meet customers. And on the other side, they continue to send catalogs, paper catalogs, which are exactly the same for all the customers, where you have like, I think like a typical paper catalog has like 72 pages with like 12 promotion per page. So it's like 1,000 of promotions in one catalog that they're sending to everyone the same way. So there's a kind of like contradiction between the two, like the personalization of the store director, which is here to meet his clients, and then these mass catalogs. I don't know. Do you read paper catalog? from the grocery store. Maybe you read like the catalogs from the kids' toys during Christmas, but paper catalog, actually, Nielsen did a study and they realized that like 90% of the paper catalogs are basically thrown away without being opened. So there's really like a huge waste there. And it's the same in Spain. You have like this mass promotion of this paper catalog, but which is totally updated. So why are they still doing this paper catalog? It's really for the loyalty, because the issue with the loyalty in the grocery store is the loyalty is decreasing. 50% of the Spanish consumers, they say that they often change grocery stores. And it's the same for the brands. Actually, the brands spend much more marketing budgets in acquiring new customers versus like returning the existing one. So the grocery has a key challenge of retaining their customers and having a true customer-centric approach. And why would the customer stay with the same brands? Like, what would a loyalty program really like retain the customer? It's a simplicity of conditions first. Like, consumers don't want to have like complex things to do. They want to have like special bonus and special rewards, and they want to have something personalized to them. You know, if I give my data to my grocery store, like I want to have a special experience and something like personalized to me. So what we suggest is that the personalization of promotions, it's really the way for the grocery stores to retain their customers. And it's actually a win-win-win strategy. It's a win for the consumers because they want to have like something personalized to them, something that like speaks to them. It's a win for the retailers because they increase their benefits, they increase like revenue, or they increase loyalty. And it's actually a win for the brands because we realize that like when the brands are like implementing personalization, then they have like a 79% increase in their annual revenue. So what we're going to show you is basically take you through one example of Franprix, who implemented this personalization of the promotion. So Franprix, it's I don't know if you know Franprix. It's a banner in France. It's like they have a convenience store. They have like a 900 store. It's mainly in Paris. It's mainly like cities, mainly in cities. And they have around like I think like 600,000 customers who have like a loyalty card. And it's very Parisian, so it's very digital. So typically like consumers don't look at the paper catalog. They like to have everything like the experience like digital. So what Franprix wanted to do, they wanted to increase their loyalty. They realized that the paper catalog was not working anymore. And then they realized also that they had this loyalty program, but the loyalty program was not working very well. So consumers were not reactive, like they were not able to give a lot of promotions, and like the consumers were not really using the promotions that they were like offering. So they wanted to reinvent their promotional experience for their loyal customers. So what we worked with them, it's basically to implement the personalization. And the way we did it in three with three key components. The first component was the data. And Quentin talked about like artificial intelligence before. So it's the same thing. Like we need to have this first asset that we're using. It's really the data of the retailer. And the data is very rich. It's like very complex, but we need to find easy ways to use it. And the easy ways to use it, it's really by extracting the value, by like offering the solution, the like artificial intelligence, the platform that are going to extract this value. And then once we have extracted this value, then we need to give it back to the consumers with like the diffusion channels, you know, being like in emails, being through like the app, being through like the in-store coupons. So it's really like these three pillars that allow us to implement this personalization strategy: the data, like the algorithm and the platform that are going to extract the value, and then the diffusion channel. So the data, we had two challenges with the data. First, when you talk about data, there is a lot of concerns around privacy and legal compliance. Because here we are basically using the individual data because like to be able to personalize the promotions at the individual basis, like we need to have data which are granular at the client level. Basically what we realized by looking at studies is that the consumers are okay to share their personal data if they have a personalized offer in exchange. So you need to have something very clear, very transparent, where you basically explain to the consumers like how you're going to use the data and what you're going to offer to the consumer for the data you're going to use. So that's the first thing. It's really like the data compliance. And then the second challenge was around the data accessibility. So if you think about like the millions of store purchase, the thousands of offer, it's a lot of data. And you need to have solutions that are in place that are allowing you to access this data and be able to process this data easily. So what we implemented with Franprix, we implemented some clear consent forms. You know, when the consumers are like registering for the loyalty program, then they like have a clear consent that where they decide what they want to offer, what they don't want to receive, like where they want their data to be used, or where they don't want the data to be used, and then they agree on this use of their data. So which is very important for the consumers and for legal standpoint. And then in terms of data accessibility, because it's a ton of data, the second thing that we've implemented is data clouds. Like the big advantage of the clouds, it's that it can store a lot of data and it's very scalable, and you can access this data very quickly in a matter of like milliseconds. So once we had this data for Franprix, which was like in one place, readily available because it was in the cloud, and where we had the consents, then we could extract the value of this data. And to extract the value, we basically use two things. Because you cannot have data scientists who go into the clouds when you want to like do a personalization and who are like doing calculation every time you need to do a personalization. This wouldn't be scalable. And the other thing is that you have a certain number of data scientists, but like not all your employees are data scientists. So you need to have a solution where like all the different employees of the marketing at the retail store, the grocery store, can like leverage this data. So we did this with two things, with algorithm, so artificial intelligence, and with a platform. And I'll start with the platform. So basically the platform we've developed allows to ingest the data automatically in real time. And it doesn't ingest personal information, it ingests the ID at the grocery store level. So it doesn't ingest any name, it doesn't ingest any like address, just like the ID of the customers. Every day it ingests the customer, the transactional data, And then the brand and the retailers are going into the platforms, and they can very easily create the offer, the promotion offer. So they create their personalized offer, and then the algorithm in the backends are going to match the offer with the customers. So basically, the algorithm is going to find the best offer for each customers. And then in output, we generate like files that can be ingested by all the different diffusion channels, all the marketing automation channels. So being like in in-store app, being in like email, being in like newsletter. So the consumer will have the same promotion across all the different touch points it's going to see. Just a quick explanation on the algorithm. So the way we do it, we do like three things. We take all the clients, we take all the offers, and then we match. We find like the best combination based on like the shopping habits, based on like the type of product they're using. You know, if they're using, like if they tend to use products which are like in big quantities, or if it's more like someone who is alone at home and then we would use like rather like smaller quantities. So we do this matching. The second thing we do is we do like what we call eligibility for targeting, and it's something that was actually very useful for Franprix. We remove the promotions which are not in the store where the consumer is going. And for Franprix, what was more challenging is that typically, because there are so many Franprix in Paris, that people typically go like to 3 or 4 stores. So we basically had to find the store where they go the most often and where they typically will find the promotions. So we do this, what we call the rule-based admissibility, where we remove the promotion that wouldn't be available in the store of the customers. And then we're going to optimize to find the best match for each customers to improve like the use of the promotions. And all of this is done automatically in the platforms. And it's actually an algorithm that we've built over the last 3 years and that we are constantly improving, really like measuring the use of the promotion by the consumers, and we're like improving this algorithm constantly. And once we've done this match between the promotions and the offer, then we send the promotions through all the different diffusion channels of the retailer. And it's very important because like the time where you had like the coupons, where you were like cutting the coupons and going in the store with the coupons, it's not happening anymore. And actually what we see, there is a big consumer complaints, irritation points around the fact that the consumer, when they go in the store, they typically don't have the coupons with them when they need it. So when we send these promotions across a different marketing channel, then the consumer can have it when he's doing like this e-commerce shopping. We send it through the in-store app, so they have it when they have the app when they shop. We also send through like CRM systems. So we send it through like emails, through newsletters. So the consumer will have the same coupons across the different touch points. And for Franprix, so we basically send the coupons in the newsletter. So you've got the example of the newsletter here. What they're doing also is that they're printing coupons, personalized coupons. So they're basically printing them and sending them to their loyal customers. We're also sending the coupons in the app. And we did also the integration with the website. So the customer, when they do like the e-commerce shopping, they also have the coupons on their website. So what were the results for Franprix? The results were really very strong. One of the objectives was to increase the promotion activation rate, and they increased this rate by 5. So basically, they have their loyal consumers using like 5 times more the promotions. And it was also very effective and very successful for the retailers and for the brands, because typically when the promotions are sent in mass without being personalized, the promotions are not profitable. They are not profitable to the brands, and they are not profitable to the retailers. Here, we achieve a ROI which is on average of 4. So for like 4 additional revenue for €1 spent in promotion. So huge increase in terms of ROI of promotions. And we can actually measure this in real time, because in the platforms, we have we keep a control group where we don't send this personalized promotion, and we can always measure between like the group where we send the promotion and the group we keep like without the promotions. We can always measure the impact and the incremental sales generated by these personalized promotions. So it's really like a win-win-win strategy. It was a win for the consumers, because they have their promotions in real time. They have like an experience which is personalized, and they have all their promotions in like all the different channels that they're using. It was a win for the retailers, because they could increase their loyalty budget. They could increase like their consumer reach, and it's also a process that is much more simplified, because the brands can go into the platform. And it was also a win for the brands, because now the brands can see in real time really what's the impact of the promotions they're like giving to the retailers and to the consumers. And they can optimize, they can test different types of promotion for a specific product, and they can like optimize their promotions based on these results. So it also what we always trying to do, and in what we developed, is to improve the relation and the collaboration between the brands and the retailers. And we think that there's a lot of things to do with the data on this, because the brands are really missing the data to optimize and to know who their customers are, and the retailers have all this data. So when we created these platforms, we really wanted to have this possibility of collaboration around the data and around the promotions. And now with this platform, the brands can enter their promotions, create their promotions, which makes the life of the retailers like easier. They can decide who they want to target. They can define if they want to target more like people who've never used their product, or if they want to target people who have stopped using their product. And then, as I mentioned before, it's also the platforms allow real-time measurement of the promotion, so they can see what's the impact of their promotions in real time. So yeah, we tested these solutions. Now we've implemented in 10 different with 10 different retailers. It's really AI and data science based, and it's a solution that we developed to be easy to implement. We can implement it in 6 weeks, and it's actually very easy to use. We also developed the platform, so it's very easy to use. So no need to give the stores director phone number. Like personalized promotion will be enough, and of course the smile of your staff, which is always important. And we really encourage you to test the platform if you have a loyalty challenge, and if you want to increase the personalization of your offer.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Blandine. That was very interesting and in-depth information. I think we know your business as much or almost as well as you do. We know everything about how it works. We have a few minutes left, Blandine. If you stop sharing your screen, then maybe we can talk, and there's a few questions. You've answered a lot of them, but maybe you can give us some answers on a few quick questions, Blandine. Is that okay?
Sure.
You're talking about the data, storing data, but how? Where is the data stored and by whom?
Yeah. So typically we store the data on cloud. So we use Google Cloud platforms, and we store all the data in our clouds. So we do it in our clouds. And we receive the data every day because we think it's very important to use fresh data. If the data is too old, the personalization won't be good enough. So we receive the data every day, and it's automated, and then we can personalize based on this fresh data.
Is this product GDPR compliant?
Yeah, it's a very important question. So it's GDPR compliant. We developed it to be GDPR compliant. We don't store any name. We don't store any address. We can work with the retailers customer ID. So it's totally GDPR compliant.
Excellent. You mentioned that you take the time you need for the deploying the solution is 6 weeks, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't change depending on the data offered or needed, or it doesn't matter? It's for everyone the same?
No, you're right. It's actually changing. It's changing based on the retailer's data, if the data is easily accessible, and it's also changing based on where the retailer wants to integrate the data. If they want to integrate it in their different marketing automation, or they are in-app stores. So based on the integration, but typically we see on average it's 6 weeks. We did some integration that were quicker and some that were a bit longer, but on average it's 6 weeks.
Excellent. Well, that's pretty good. Just the last thing then, Blandine, you said that you measure you measure the impact in real time, or you were talking about the ROI and all that in real time. But what are the KPIs analyzed, and how do you can you give us more in-depth information about that measurement? How do you do it? What KPIs you consider?
Yeah. So we really the KPI we are looking at is ROI of the promotion, so return on investment. So it's basically, if I'm a brand and I put $1 in the promotion, how much incremental sales it's going to generate. And the way we do this is we keep a control group of customers where we don't send them the personalized promotion. And then we measure the group of customers to whom we send the personalized promotion versus this control group. And we measure the lift, and by how much these personalized promotions improved the use of the promotion and the incremental sales. And this
Excellent.
Is in real time.
It sounds fantastic, Blandine. I think we have so much information. You just need to sign the contract, because if there's any company listening, anybody that wants to speak to Blandine about RelevanC, well, you have everything there. Now you have the chance to do so by connecting through the platform Swapcard. So please don't hesitate. She's there. When she finishes her presentation, which is now, she'll be waiting ready to speak to you more privately if you wish so. So please join Blandine and the team of RelevanC. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And your English is excellent, much better than mine. It was perfect. So
thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Okay. So we say